Hi guys, and welcome back to Blues Focus TV, and today I'm going to be previewing Blues' upcoming away fixture against Preston. There's a lot of heat around the club at the moment, with everyone wanting the owners out, and I know there's a lot of protests that are going to be going on in the next few home games, and I hope we get the owners out too. As long as all our protesting is peaceful, doesn't hurt anyone, then hopefully it works and we can finally get some good news at this club, get some good owners in who actually know a thing about football, and we can progress. But for now, let's just hope we can pick up as many points as possible with the players we've got and stay in the division. Let's get in to the opposition. And Preston are 14th with 31 points and a goal difference of -3. So 26 goals scored, 29 conceded. Quite low scoring games. They've won their last two in a row, both by a scoreline of 2-1, and that was against Barnsley and Stoke. In their last five, they've also beaten Middlesbrough, drawn with Fulham, and their only loss came against Blackburn, who are obviously in great form. So Preston have been pretty good as of late, and I'm hoping that we catch them in a bit of a bad patch, as they did go out of the FA Cup in their last game to Cardiff. Hopefully that'll demoralise some of their squad and we'll be able to get some against them. But let's move on to the Blues. And Blues, we're 18th on 27 points with a goal difference of -9. So not too great, and we haven't been great recently. Haven't won in our last 4 games, lost 2 in a row, 4-0 against Blackburn and then 2-1 against QPR. So we're struggling. We went out of the FA Cup against Plymouth as well. That was 1-0 in extra time. Not a great result. However, the only silver lining in that is that we now don't have to focus on any cup games. It's just the league. And I know it's only one game every so often in the cup, but all eyes on the league now. And we've got to do everything we can to be safe. That's all we're aiming for this season. Some news about players. It seems like a lot has went on since that QPR game. In that QPR game, Sarkic, injured, dislocated shoulder, not going to play for us again this season by the looks of it, but he's went back to Wolves. So that's obviously a big miss, as Sarkic has been very good for us this season, and I would be so happy if we could get him permanently at the end of the season, because he's been a very good goalkeeper. We've recalled Zach Geacock, which means that average number 1 Geacock on the bench, I'd imagine, unless he's got plans to maybe move Geacock into the squad. I'm not sure. I know he's a good prospect of a goalkeeper, but I'd imagine Everidge has that place nailed for now. Then we've sold Chukwuemeka. Only came to the club in the summer on a free transfer after his contract ran out with Charlton. Sold him to Charlton for 300k, I'm hearing. So we've made a bit of money on him. I'm sad to see him go because of our injuries at the moment. But I'm also sad because there was something about Anike that I did like. I just felt like if you brought him on, he could get his way into a game. He didn't always have the best chances, or maybe his movement wasn't great, but he's gone now, and it's a bit worrying because Troy Deeney is injured for, I'm hearing, 4 weeks. And with Deeney being injured, Anike gone, that's 2 strikers we're down. Lukas Jutkovic probably won't be fully match fit. I'd imagine he'd come off the bench at some point in that game. but probably not starting, and if he does, I can't see him lasting the whole game. We don't want to aggravate his injury and make him even worse, because then we'd be very thin up front. So the only actual fully fit striker, to my knowledge, is Scott Hogan. We've made some signings. Taylor Richards on loan from Brighton. Flashy attacking midfielder, likes to get forward, progressive with the ball. What we could do with, really, just to replace Riley McGree and Chong while he's injured. And then Onel Hernandez, we signed from Norwich, and he will be available for this game against Preston. Good news, he's a winger, probably could do a job up front off, a more physical striker like Jutkovic. I'd imagine Hernandez could play up front with, but probably for the wing, which is good news because it makes me think we might finally be dropping this 5 at the back system and going for a 4-4-2 when our strikers are fit. But for this game, I think maybe a 4-3-3. One striker fully fit, that's Hogan, Hernandez on one wing, Jeremy Bella on the other. I think that could do something for the moment. George Friend is also going to be missing this game. He's picked up an injury. And it's a bit worrying because obviously Harley Dean's not going to play for the club again. Mark Roberts is just coming back from his hamstring injury. Sanderson went out and Menges came in, so that's a straight replacement. So I'd imagine for this game, we might line up Etheridge in goal, Pedersen, Roberts, Mengi and Collan as a back 4. Midfield, probably Sunjic, Jordan James and Gary Gardner, something like that. We definitely need to strengthen our midfield. We need a centre mid who can pass the ball. And I know we're linked with Casey Palmer, which would be a good signing to me because he can actually pass a ball. But we'll have to wait and see what else happens in the January transfer window for that position. And then a front 3, as I said, Hernandez, Hogan, Bella. I think that's probably the best we can do with what we've got at the moment. Now let's move in to the head-to-head. Now the head-to-head doesn't look too promising. We drew 0-0 in the reverse of this fixture at St Andrews, and we haven't beaten them since 2018 when we beat them 3-0 at home. Away, we're not great against them. As for my prediction, the most optimistic thing I can come up with at the moment is a draw because Preston are in good form and I'm hoping we can get a point out of this. I just don't want to lose it. That's the main thing. I think there's a lot of winnable games coming up this month. So we've just got to make sure we don't lose this one. So I'm going to go 1-1. So, those are my thoughts for the upcoming fixture against Preston. But I want to know, what are yours? Let me know down in the comments. What's the score going to be? And who's going to get the goals? Please like the video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more Blues related content. And if you've liked this video, why not go over to my channel? There'll be a link in the description and I cover Premier League and Championship content. If you like it, please subscribe, it'll really help. I've been James from Blues Focus TV and Up the Blues.